So, card table. Yeah, I've got no plan, I've just got this idea. Yeah, no plan, I'm just going to figure it out as I go along. Got a couple of vague measurements to hit, that's about all I've got. So basic idea, we got used to playing on the old table which had a shelf, and we all agreed that it's good to have that footrest there, and I thought, well, if it's going to have a footrest, why not use it as storage? So that'll just be a box with some sort of lid that I can lift out, and I can just, for deep storage of stuff. Some sort of cabinet there, shelves, drawers, don't know yet. I'll figure that out as I go. And of course the top. But I do want the option of being able to move it easily, which is going to mean casters, but casters are going to be problematic and ugly. I don't like the look of them a lot. Sometimes they're alright, but I'd rather not see them. And you'll see how that works out as I go along. So, yeah. I reckon I'm going to do a lot of things wrong, just to keep everyone happy. So, let's go and make a mess. Alright, bit one, I've got a bit of pipe. I've got a caster, and that's going to go in there. I need to cut a few bits of that. That's a bit annoying. Oh well, I've got files. Right, 4 of them. Missed a couple of bits there. There was some shenanigans with chain hoists and dropping this on the ground, but that doesn't matter. 6mm checker plates underneath. It's 800mm wide, so I'm going to cut an 800mm square, and that's going to be the base of what we're going to make things out of. Somewhere in the corner's going to go that. And, the wheel will sit in there. We'll get to that later. Yeah, I could cut that with a grinder. I'm not going to though. I did buy a plasma torch, so I'm going to set that up and we'll cut that in a minute. I think, yeah, rightio. Oh yeah, so yeah, the plasma torch. I haven't used it for quite a while and don't have a lot of experience with them, but I've set things up. I used, you know, a few measuring sticks and bits of string and scratchy bits. I've got this pretty much as square as I can get it. As long as it's within a millimetre, I'll be happy. It's a cutting tool. I've set up a fence with the kerf line so that the cut is on the right side of the kerf line. Really the thing to worry about with these is the height of the cutting tip. If you're too low, your cut will be angled that way. If you're too high, your cut will be angled that way. It's, yeah, more complicated than I thought, but there's, sort of a rules of thumb. That height's about 10.5 millimetres from the edge of there to the bottom of the tip. That's a bit of 12mm bar, so it gives me about 1.5 millimetres, which if you look up the charts is about right. Yeah, amazing things. I won't talk about the physics behind it because that's just amazing. Anyway, next thing I suppose is to have a go at cutting it. That'll be fun. That's going good. I'm just going to adjust my helmet. The hat's wrong. I'd say I got a few things wrong there. Then again, alright, let's have a look. It's not great. But it's not that terrible. I could touch with a grinder and that'll probably clean up just fine. Seems to be on the line, so we'll see. Not too bad actually. It's going to be messy under there because it is checker plate, but yeah. A lot of welding to be done yet and a lot of grinder work, so that's not too bad, I think. Let's check the square. 11:29. $11.29. Had no problems with that. Right, so I think the next bit, I've got to cut a hole that that'll fit into. So I've made a little template, same thing, 12mm thick. Oh, there's already a hole here. I've made a little jiggy bit there that'll give me a lead in with the torch, and then I can just finish cutting and kick that out of there. So I'll set that up. Yeah. Right, so there's testing cuts done, and template that's the right size so that that will actually drop in. So I'll just go ahead and cut the rest of these off camera. I'm not going to give you, this is not a tutorial on using a plasma cutter. I'm miles off. I had to go and learn maths again. Seems like we're going into a blow-by-blow account of things. Template 1, too big. Template 2, just didn't work. Then I ran out of bloody 12mm plywood. It took a while to find some, but I found some, and I stuffed the first one up. Finally, after a lot of fucking swearing at the thing, calling it all of the things under the sun, I've got one, and this will be the right size. But I don't have a starting hole now, so all I did was I found a bit of found a broken end mill, really roughly grounded a little point. When that's in position, a little ping there, And then I can drill like a 2mm pilot hole, just a 2mm hole, and that gives a start for the torch to go through without having to stuff around doing a gouging cut. And that's where we're at, so I'll get that clamped on there and we'll be back in a bit. This is lots of fun. Right, just my little punch. Pop. Can I see that? Yep, right there. I'm just going to drill a 2mm hole through there. And yeah, Uncle Arthur came for a visit. I don't like Uncle Arthur, he's a bastard. Anyway, I'll get on with this. Rightio. Let's burn a hole. Well, this is a fucking stupid game, but anyway, I can hit that with touch it up with a die grinder and it'll fit. So, this is not round, this is not perfectly round, that's not very accurate. I'm expecting too much, but anyway. Oh yeah, noisy again. Don't like this tool much, but let's see. Right, I'm going to have to make that just a bit bigger again. Right, this is not going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway. I took a smidge off the inside of this, about, about 1/2 millimetre. Hoping that will do the job. Why isn't this plant doing the job? Probably because it's not made in Germany. Definitely not made in Germany. I do have a clamp somewhere that's made in Germany. As for you, Rusty, I know you probably don't watch, but maybe you do, I don't know. I know you have done before. Anyway, I don't think this is going to work. I took about, like I said, about 1/2 mil off the inside of that hole. I've only got one hole to do. I can plane it with the grinder if I have to. So, here we go. Let's see what happens. I'll have to do it. Oh, that's way over there. Anyway, it's all going to get welded, so it doesn't really matter. One more to go. Right. There we go. There's reasons I don't have a dog, because I wouldn't want to give him that shit for breakfast. That is not a dog's breakfast, that is, I don't know what that is. Anyway, it doesn't matter, I've got a welder, I can cover most of that with some really ugly welds. That'll be the next bit, I suppose. So yeah, there's I don't know, 7 or 8 ways not to cut a hole. I didn't show all of them. They were pretty similar. Don't do it that way. Anyway, I'll come back in a while and we'll do some ugly welding. I'll see you soon.